Hello class, I'm going to present on week 2 preparing data question number 3. The goal of my presentation is to load CSV data provided by our professor into MS SQL Server, clean the data and perform different operations on database on the question. Steps involve I downloaded and extracted the zip file to get CSV data file ready to be imported into MS SQL. These are my screenshots. So I create a database name HAP 725 in SQL Server. Imported the data from CSV file to HAP 725 database, as you can see in the screenshot here. Then I choose the data source as a flat file source and browse the data to be uploaded. You can see my screenshot. And then I selected the destination as SQL Server native client. Here is my screenshot for this one too. And finally data imported to MS SQL Server. After completing the steps discussed above for all the 4 table, data is stored in SQL Server with respective name as shown in the screenshot below. Question number 1 is to remove the blank from numeric data such as diagnosis at age and convert text data into age at date to float. So automatically generated data types for all fields like ID, ICD9, age at DX, age at first DM, and age at date are varchar. Data types ID should be converted into integer. Similarly, age at diagnosis, age at first DM, and age at date should be converted into float. We need to remove blanks for numeric data as well. Above steps are done for all 4 tables. Clean data from all 4 tables are inserted into table name called clean table using SQL code presented in the next slide. I'm gonna show it to you right. These are the code that I used. So first I cast ID as integer and then age at diagnosis as float, age at first name as a float, age at date as a float. Then I inserted into clean table and I repeat the same process for all remaining 3 tables. New table, which is clean table, has corrected data types. You can see my screenshot here. Then number 2, I calculate the average age and the standard deviation of the diagnosis using this SQL code. You can read my SQL code from the screenshot. In question number 3, is to calculate the top 20 most frequent diagnoses that co-occur. To complete this task, we would need to join the table to itself, then use ICD9 code in one table as the first and the ICD9 code in the second table as the second of the pair. You can see the code in the screenshot. So number 4, for this question there are 3 steps. First, distinct ID and ICD9 is inserted into temp table from clean table, and the next step stuff function is used to concatenate, and finally select statement is written to display the desired output. So I will show you my code in the next slide. So these are the code I use for this question. So for number 5, identify individuals whose date of death might be in error and have visit post date of it returns 24409 rows, and I use this code to get this result. And I exclude them as the question demands, so I use this code to exclude them and report the top 10 IDs that remain in order of IDs. Then for ranking, I used this code shown in the image right here. Rank order diagnosis in order of their reoccurrence for the same person. Rank is done over each ID and each diagnosis. So you can read my code from the screenshot here, and my results are here. So for this question, I used this code to do this question, but I didn't find any record. So the result of the presentation, I was able to load all the CSV file into MSQL server. Data was cleaned and inserted into new table. Different SQL database operations were performed to get to desired result. These are my reference. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you so much.